Okay, today's story is Bugs Underground, Lesson 19. When God created soil, He created it with many uses in mind. The soil beneath our feet is used for planting food and growing trees, and it can also help decompose the things that fall to the ground after they die. Without soil, our world would be bleak and colorless. There would be no flowers or trees to brighten the landscape, and no plants to help produce oxygen. Living in the soil under your feet are numerous creatures. Some are helpful for the soil, while others are a nuisance. Even the creatures that don't seem to serve any purpose, however, are part of the intricate ecosystem and food web that God designed. Termites. Termites are unique creatures. They are often compared to ants, but they are more closely related to cockroaches. Sometimes they are even called white ants. There are about 2,750 species of termites in the world, and they can be found in many habitats. Although most of them prefer moist, warm environments, termites are known for their affinity for rotting and decaying wood. But there are some species that eat living plants as well. While most creatures cannot digest the cellulose, a part of the plant wall, this is the exact food that termites need to survive. When they eat the plant fiber, it breaks down easily, making termites beneficial in some circumstances. There are two different kinds of termites. Wood-dwelling variety like to chew into wood and can infest wooden structures. These species are found in drier environments. They can survive transport to new locations because of their high tolerance of dry conditions. These species are often considered pests because they take up residence in man-made structures and can chew into the wood from any point of the structure. Subterranean varieties need significantly more moisture to survive and only dig into man-made structures from the foundation up. If the foundation of a home is secured with treated lumber or made from concrete, it is rare to find a termite infestation in that home. Subterranean termites are more common in rainforests. The majority of these species are found there. These unique eaters of plant fibers live in the social structure or colony similar to those of ants and honeybees. Unlike bees who live in a hive dominated by female worker bees and one queen, termites have one pair of reproductive termites in each colony. A new colony is formed with acolytes fly from the nest. After a short flight from home, the adults shed their wings and find a mate. Then they look for a nesting site and begin to build their new home. It may take several years for their newly formed king and queen to pair their kingdom, but they start small. Though the queen is only able to lay a few eggs her first time, she eventually builds up her capacity and is capable of laying 36,000 eggs each day for several years. She will grow to a remarkable 4.3 inches long as she becomes able to produce this many offspring. Trapdoor spiders. If you've ever been in a home with a trapdoor, you probably have been fascinated by it. A trapdoor is built into the floor of a room. It is easily disguised or covered with a throw rug, and if you don't know where it is, you might miss it altogether. These doors can be used for accessing a basement or a crawl space when there's no room for a cumbersome staircase, or they can be used as a way to hide a room you don't want anyone to know about. Trapdoor spiders are unique in the arachnid world. While most spiders live on or above the ground, the trapdoor spider makes its home below ground. There are many different kinds of species of trapdoor spiders. A lot of them have teeth that are specifically designed for digging, so they can make their underground homes. When a trapdoor spider makes a tunnel to live in, it gets very comfortable there. The spider spends the vast majority of its time in these tunnels and will quickly head to the quiet safety of their tunnel if they feel threatened in any way. Once the tunnel is dug, they construct a door that is camouflaged with its surroundings. They even carefully build a hinge of silk that allows the door to open and close for hunting. These patient spiders are certainly not claustrophobic. They sit silently in their home for as long as it takes until they sense that their meal is sneaking by. Then they spring from their trap and drag the prey down into the hole for a last minute meal for one. Grubs. Grubs are known for their white, yellow, creamy-colored, squishy bodies. Just like maggots are the larvae from flies, grubs are the larvae stage of some beetles. These creatures begin life quite small, but when they are full grown and ready to pupate, become a pupa, the stage between larvae and adult insect, they can be as long as 1.5 inch. For some beetle species, like the June beetle, it can take up to 3 years for the grub to mature fully, and they live underground most of the time. When the grub pupates and emerges as a mature beetle, it buries itself to survive the harsh winter and emerges in the spring to snack on plant leaves and lay a new batch of eggs. They do not live through more than one winter. These grubs love to snack on roots. They are renowned lawn pests. A thick, lush lawn provides ample opportunity for these creatures to snack on their favorite meal. If they are present in large enough quantities, grubs are capable of eating so many roots that the lawn may begin to look dead, even though it has ample water. Often the first indication that you have a grub problem are spongy spots on your lawn that appear lifted up. If you have a grub infestation, you may be able to lift the turf right off the soil and see the grubs. Grubs love moisture and won't cause issues for your lawn if it's dry. Other favorite foods for grubs are garden root vegetables like carrots or potatoes. If you've ever cut into one of these vegetables only to see what looks like a tunnel eaten out of it, chances are you're looking at a place where a grub was snacking earlier. Predators of these pests include birds like blackbirds or starlings, as well as some small mammals like skunks. Ants also prey on the eggs of the June bug before it is hatched into a grub. Other parasitic insects have been known to help control the population by using the grown beetles as a host for their eggs. Some cultures even collect grubs as a major source of protein in their diet. Ants. Like honeybees and termites, ants live in a colony, a highly structured social environment where they live and work together. There are 3 different kinds of ants within a colony. Queens. These are responsible for laying the eggs, female workers, who get all the work done, and males who mate with the queen. Each type of ant have a specific role, and working together is what helps the whole colony thrive. There are about 10,000 species of ants that are known in the world today. They build large nests where their colonies live. While some species build nests above the ground using material like sand, twigs, or gravel, most ants tunnel underground to build their home. Some even make their homes in the nests of other species, living as a parasite off other ants. Like most other insects, ants are found in many different climates around the world, but they are most abundant in hot climates. They can be many different colors, including red, black, brown, or even yellow. Some even have a metallic sheen. A fun fact is there are 2 different definitions for a colony. In science, a colony is a group of creatures that work and live together. In social studies, however, a colony is where people from one area come and live together in a new area in the name of their home country. We'll learn more about that in your student pages. Forest ants. Some colonies released winged adults in the world to mate. The female then establishes her own colony. The life cycle of an ant is 8 to 10 weeks. Each colony has a queen, some males and worker ants. Some species have soldier ants too. The worker and soldier ants are both female. Ants eat a wide variety of foods, from plants to insects to honeydew, a substance made by aphids. Some ants even grow fungi on in their nests as a food source. Some ants are helpful to people. Some are pests that harm gardens or crops or buildings, and some even have painful bites. Some ants are known to be quite hostile toward the other species of ants. Certain ants steal the pupae of other species, while others employ different strategies, like allowing their queen to be taken hostage and brought to another nest so she can kill the other queen. Ants are eaten by a wide variety of other insects and acrinids, along with other creatures, such as lizards, birds, anteaters, and even larger animals like bears or coyotes. The lives of creatures underground are complex and varied. What we know about their social structures and their unique ways of life are only partially understood. There is so much more to learn from these creatures about the strength of many individuals working together, one goal, and the determination to work together. You can accomplish great things when you work together with others. The Bible even talks about hard-working ants in Proverbs. Go to the ant, O sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. And that comes from Proverbs 6:6-8. Perhaps hard-working, community-minded ants could be a helpful, though unusual, role model for all of us. And that completes lesson 19 for today.